welcome back to Megan Haskell's Book Club. We are currently reading Aether Bound, The Rise of Lilith, Book 1. Today I will be moving on to Chapter 6. But before I do that, I just realized I don't think I've ever told you, well, maybe I have, maybe I did in the first episode, not sure. In any case, if you would like to read along with me, you can actually purchase your own copy of the book at my website, meganhaskell.com, or at whatever ebook bookstore platform you like, or paperback for that matter too. I obviously have paperbacks. So make sure you go ahead and pick up a copy if you like that. I also do have a professionally read audiobook available, so check that out if you would like. And you can buy your very own Aetherbound t-shirt like I am wearing here, also on my website, meganhaskell.com. So if you've been enjoying these chapter readings, I hope you will like and subscribe and make sure you hit the little bell so you know when the next chapter is available. So today, on to chapter 6. I should probably just grab the book beforehand, but it makes it more fun, I think, or active, or I don't know, something. All right, here we go. Chapter 6. I approached the table with trepidation and a towel clenched in my fist. The towel wouldn't do me any good, of course, but I liked to keep my hands busy. And maybe I wouldn't hit him. I wouldn't hit him. I'd never hit anyone in my life. Well, except for the snotty wrist cutter at the Institute. She had deserved it. So would he if he didn't let Gabby go. "Why are you here?" I blurted. Mr. Button-Up grinned, eyes still turned down to the untouched glass of sherry. "I find this body desires wine." "Then why aren't you drinking it?" "It pleases me to make the body uncomfortable. A test of wills of sorts." Something moved under the man's skin. "Like the man you interrupted on Saturday. He loves her. Did you know? He tried to fight me and failed. She would have gone to Ron's embrace, and he would have followed eventually, both to feast in Aegir's hall for eternity, enjoying the very same things they love in this mortal world. But you interrupted." "What are you talking about?" "I wrote him to the law enforcement office to find out how and why I had been thwarted." The man's gaze turned to face me directly. For a flash of a moment, his eyes shifted from human brown to the solid, dead black of an ocean predator. "I saw you." Shivers cascaded down my spine. If there had been any doubt that this man was dangerous, it was gone now. Years of camping as a young child had ingrained in me that you never backed down from a predator, never ran. Big noise and wild motions were the only way to escape something more dangerous than man. I slapped my hand on the table, drawing every eye in the near-empty bar toward our confrontation. "What do you want?" I growled. "I am minding my own business. Perhaps you should mind yours." He spoke loud enough that the witnesses would hear. I was being the aggressor, even though he was the predator. Damn it. "I won't let you take her," I replied, keeping my own voice down. "Whatever you want, you can find it somewhere else." "Listen now, and listen well," Mr. Button-Up whispered. I was forced to lean in, lest I miss his words. "Do not interfere again, or it will go worse for you and yours." He snapped his teeth at my nose, and I jerked back. He laughed. Then, like water draining through a bucket of sand, the demon slid from the man's skin and disappeared. The eels followed. Mr. Button-Up blinked a few times, then grasped the stem of his glass. He looked up at me with guileless eyes. "Can I help you?" he asked. I straightened from the table and shook my head. "Sorry for bothering you." What had happened to this man? Where had he gone while the demon possessed him? Did he even know he hadn't been in control? Had the demon done something to his memory? I had so many questions, but didn't know how to ask any of them without sounding like a complete lunatic. I probably looked like one already, hovering over his table. Hopefully, no one was paying any attention anymore. The man frowned, but swirled the wine in his hand. "What is this?" "Sherry. It was the only wine we had." He frowned, took a quick, loud sip, grimaced. This is vile. Why would you serve me this? You ordered it? I made it a question, then waved my hand around the room. We're not a wine bar. Well, I'm not going to drink it. That's fine, sir, but you still owe me $10 for the pour. Outrageous. The man rolled his eyes and blew out an exasperated sigh, but reached into his pocket for his wallet. I won't be back. I stepped out of his way and mentally riffled through every diplomatic service statement in my rather limited repertoire. Thank you for your feedback, sir. I'll be sure to tell the manager. The man grunted, slapped a $10 bill on the table, and stomped out of the room. Probably to head to some snobby wine bar. Fine with me. Back behind the bar, I mixed up a Mai Tai for one of our local surfer bums who'd just arrived for his evening constitutional. The guy was probably 65, had been married twice, divorced twice, and now just liked to hang out with the cool kids, or so he said. Have you ever heard of Schrodinger's cat? Jeff, the surfer asked. Elbows on the counter, he leaned forward as if sharing a deep secret. Normally I loved Surfer Jeff's quirky facts of the day, but right now really wasn't the time. I scanned the rest of the bar, looking for evidence that the demon was well and truly gone. It was supposed to prove the absurdity of quantum physics, that until something is measured, it's both alive and dead. What? Ezra and Tempest were laughing together in a corner. I'd never seen my brother quite so entranced with a woman, no matter how cute she was. And Tempest was cute, even from a very objective point of view. Tall and blonde, she could have been Heidi Klum's youngest sister or eldest daughter. Good for him, I decided. He might never be short of company, but finding someone he connected with intellectually was a new thing. Exactly. It was a thought experiment. Put a cat in a box with a quantum bomb and seal it up. I squinched my face. Not really, of course. That would be felicide, Jeff hurried to add. You know, cat murder. It's just a thought experiment, remember? But you don't know if the quantum bomb has gone off, so you don't know if the cat is alive or dead. Therefore, the cat is both alive and dead. That's interesting, I murmured. My gaze returned to the room. Ty was working the bar closest to the front door, so I stayed nearer the dartboard and the locals who preferred the dark corners. Gabby was... Where was Gabby? Hold that thought, Jeff. I'll be right back. I slid down the bar a few steps to Ty. Have you seen Gabby? She went on break. Said she was stepping out to get some fresh air. Fresh air? That didn't sound like her. She loved candy and books, studying. I had never once heard her say a good word about anything in nature. That's what she said. She went out back to the beach. Shit. I'll be right back. You good? I asked, even as I threw my towel behind the back bar. Ty eyed the near empty bar, noting Jeff, who smiled mildly as he sipped his drink. Sure. What's the matter? Ezra asked. Tempest, hand on Ezra's shoulder, watched with a curious expression. Nothing. I'll be right back, I replied. Whatever that demon had done to her, I hoped I wasn't too late. That's the end of chapter 6. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next week with chapter 7.